The labor market is super tight nowadays. So what if I can find you a couple of new operators through continuous improvement? Hello, I'm Tom. Welcome to my channel where we talk about continuous improvement in an industrial setting. And this video, it's inspired on the shortage that we now have in the labor market. I mean, for years we've known that it's difficult to get good, very technical personnel like mechanics and engineers, but also lately, especially after COVID, we've seen that it's difficult to get even qualified operators into industrial factories. So is there a way, right? Let's say the old ways of continuous improvement and lean, they had this one idea also baked in that said, if you make a really nice factory, especially 5S, you just make it all shine, polish it up, people will want to work there. I don't really buy into that. Now, there is a grain of truth in there. It is nice to work in an organized workplace. It is nicer to work in a workplace where you can do your job and not be hindered by the stuff that is around you. So I am convinced that it retains people that you already have, and having a good continuous improvement system in place that will also make people feel that things are improving and progressing. So for retention, yes. A bit. For recruitment, no, not really. Now, there is a completely different way that performance excellence and continuous improvement can also get you some operators. This is also a pretty old idea, and it has all to do with increasing productivity. See, you can really look for new operators, extra personnel, but now that there is such a shortage on the labor market, basically the price of labor is going up. Maybe not even the hourly wage yet, but if you cannot even find people, that means that just adding a couple of operators to increase production volumes is simply not a viable option. So the benefit of being able to increase productivity of a line and the operators running it has become a completely different ballgame. We are now again entering, for many industries, the point where productivity increases. They are not about reducing labor cost, which in most cases, didn't really pan out. Next to that, it's a morale breaker for your team, but also if you spend a lot of time and effort in it, okay, full automation, yes, that pays itself. There's a return on that CapEx investment, but productivity increases difficult. But as soon as you need it to delay an investment or to increase volumes and reach the market, so as soon as an increase in productivity of your factory can give you more sales, and so you really get all of the contribution margin or all of the overhead costs that are allocated to that product, wonderful. Now we're going to add to that, you probably cannot increase your volume simply by getting personnel, because there is no personnel. Or if you're even in a worse position, you've already lost some personnel and your volume, your capacity is going down, but the market is asking more. Increase the productivity of your existing lines and also your existing operators by performance excellence and continuous improvement tools. A lot of lean does this as well, and you will in all practice have found yourself new operators. Now that one might sound a bit like a cheat, so that's why I'll go for another angle, and that is make sure you can easily onboard basically anyone to your workplaces, so that it's easy to learn a new job in your factory because things are standardized, instructions are easy, the process itself is relatively easy to do, so the machine is not fighting the operator, you are working together, and the best things to do, so the proper way of handling the process is also the easiest way to operate a line, and you get this training set up with clear instructions in a normal standardized way of working. That makes it very easy to quickly get someone on board, to quickly get someone up to speed. Now that has two major advantages, and that is that if you do find new people, you don't need specifically operators that are fully trained and experienced already on this type of machine, so you have a much broader search and a bigger chance of finding people who can fulfill this role for you. And also, you probably are going to need more and more flexibility within your own labor force. People have to move a bit between departments, so it is also very beneficial that you can take people from different departments and teach them to run this process with these machines quickly and in a good standardized way. So that way you basically have a bigger pool of potential labor, because I am convinced that you can still get people, but it's going to be now very hard to find experienced machine operators. And this is also where number 3 comes in, and it sort of builds on the easy onboarding. See, if you have this standardized, pretty easy to learn process, then you can also indeed actively move people from within your own factory. So not just cross-training operators, but think about the, let's say, traditionally lower paid jobs at your factory. Assembly workers, packaging workers, they are usually of a lower technical skill, often lower paid, but a number of them might be very able to make that step up. And traditionally, they didn't have the operator mindset or the way of thinking or the education that comes with it, the technical know-how. But if you make that more accessible, you can use that internal labor pool and shift people up sort of the technical ladder of your factory. And that is super, because you've got more people to pick from. You can pre-select, because you can get assembly workers to come in for sort of a limited amount of time, because they don't get the highest wages if they're just boxing things and doing that type of basic manual assembly. So they will see it as a starter job. At some point they would like to move on. Now, if they are any good, they will move on and you've lost them. So make sure that they move on within your company, and that will be a great also benefit to them. They also want to grow in their careers. So if they grow within your company, you've got loyal people. And you did the pre-selection. So if somebody is just on character and on the way he behaves not fitting with your organization, then you don't promote them, right? So this way you get a different pool of labor coming in, a pool that is in general more available. At least that is what I hear from peers and colleagues in Northern Europe, United States. Let me know, right? I know that a lot of people from India are watching also this channel, and different countries around the world. Let me know, how actually is it in your country to find mechanics, skilled operators, but also packaging, assembly type of workers, logistics workers. Is there a difference also in your country of finding this sort of different technical level? And I am quite sure that if there is this difference, and you can create this internal growth, you tap into a new pool of resources, and you can make sure that you offer a growth path that is attractive. It'll get you and keep you more people, and it will create a very good culture within your company, because people have been with you for a longer time, not in the same function. That for some people, one function most of their working life, but also nowadays many people would like to change a bit. It is ideal. Change in the technical path within your factory. Keep your people motivated, keep them part of the family, and expand your labor pool at the same time. So let me know what you think of those ideas. If you liked it, little jog of the mind, do hit that like button as well. And for now, I wish you the best of luck finding operators, and as always, enjoy the continuous improvement journey.